Welcome to the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner. I'm your host, Evan Davis, and I'll be bringing you a front row seat to behind-the-scenes interviews with performers and entertainers here in Las Vegas. My guest today is Chase Brown, who we will be hearing some of his music a little later in the show. Welcome, Chase.
How's it going, Evan?
It's going great. You look terrific.
Thank you.
So, are you a movie star now? Or
I
not?
wish. Call my agent if y'all are making any movies out there.
Fix the collar on that side.
Oh.
I think so. Is that a collar there? All right.
Take two.
Oh, yeah, cool. All right, take two.
That's why I was like, I need to see right now. Can you just take a picture of me and let me fix everything?
It doesn't matter. This is all part of the show. This is a live show being taped in front of a studio audience of none or one or whatever it may be. But it's good. Chase, tell everyone here about where you came from and how'd you get to Vegas.
So I come from South Texas, a little town called Victoria, Texas. And growing up, my mom was a singer in all the honky-tonks and beer joints and weddings and everything you could think of. So from when I was a little kid, there was no other plan for me except to get that microphone from mom and do that. So when I was 14, I was lucky enough to have her invite me on stage with her. And when I say invite me, it was more like me begging her to take me to the bar and sing. But she didn't really know that I'd been practicing. So she said, go sing a song, set up the equipment, do a song, and let me hear you, and then we'll talk about it. She didn't want me to go embarrass myself in front of everybody at this bar. She needed proof. So I sang this Brooks and Dunn song for her, and I'll never forget. She said, okay, go get dressed. We're going to do the show. So it was a very cool experience of learning. I didn't have any training or, vocal training or music training, but just going out, kind of being on the road with my mom as a teenager, setting up the equipment, running the shows ourselves, getting gigs off of every other gig, and it just kind of spiraling out. And when she kind of hung it up when I was about 16 years old, she gave me the date book and she said, you can do everything with this or you can do nothing with this. There was no pressure of what to do, but I had these speakers, I had this equipment, and this date book, and I've been running with that for the last 20 years or so.
You told me one story about the Sonny and Cher episode.
Yes, one of my songs that has been the most requested songs over all these years is my duet with myself with the I Got You Babe. And the story is really funny because one of those first shows I was doing, 14, 15 years old, Mom and I are rehearsing songs and duets together, like Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, It's Your Love kind of things. And I loved Cher since forever. So I really wanted to do I Got You Babe with her. So we run through the song and she just wasn't selling it to me like I needed it. So I said, Mom, can you try to sing the Cher part kind of like this? And I went off and, they say we're young and we don't know. And my mom's like, you're doing that one on your own. That is your song. So it became something that still to this day when I go, it's Sonny and Cher, I hear that. But she kindly said, that's all you.
And you do both parts.
Yes, I kind of slide from one part of the stage to the other so I don't mess up where I'm at.
Yeah, and just so you know, that cowboy hat means nothing as far as being a cowboy, or I think he may have been on a pony when he was a kid, but that's about
Yes,
it.
Yeah, it's just kind of to represent the Texas, but a lot of people say, oh, so you're a country singer, and I do love country music, but doing this my entire life for every audience and age group and that you can possibly think of, you learn to play to that audience that's in front of you. So even when people say, what's your favorite song today to sing, my answer is it depends on who's watching me sing it, because for me, music and singing is about how you make other people feel. And if you can have a connection with people and make them really just feel it, then that's my favorite song, at the time.
Cool. Now, you've been doing, during this whole pandemic thing, you've been doing some shows on Facebook, and I know you started out doing a show. I don't remember what the first one was.
My living room.
In your living room, you did a show, and then you took it on the road. Now, tell them why you took it on the road.
Well, so I just moved into this new place, and I mean the week of the shutdown was my week of moving into the new place. So literally as I'm unpacking, my whole schedule got canceled in the same weekend. You know, my band Chasing the Pursuit, we were playing at Harrah's in Paris and just all over the Strip, and it was all gone. And I was like, well, I've got to do something. So I just set it up right in my living room, and I'll be damned if the upstairs neighbor started banging on the ceiling at 7 p.m. and filed a sound complaint on me. So my landlord, poor Lisa, got a complaint that I was being too loud. So I'm thinking, here she is thinking that her new tenant is some party animal, and I'm singing Girl Crush, this like super slow country song at 7 o'clock. So I said, I got to get this show out of here. But what I did learn that night was even in my living room, I was able to pay my rent in an hour with all the love. Man, I can't thank everybody enough. From Texas to Florida to just, I mean, when it was coming through on PayPal and Venmo, I was like, these people, they don't even live here, but they crossed my path at some point and they were tuning in, and here's 20 bucks, here's 50 bucks. And some of them, even to this day, you know, I don't do the Sunday shows every week. I'm planning a few more, but you know, I hadn't done them in a while. Every Sunday, I still get tips from people that just say, keep doing what you're doing, we love you. I can't wrap my head around it. It's so overwhelming. I'm so humbled.
I remember the first show you did. You called me, or I called you, and you told me about how great it went and everything else.
I couldn't believe it. I was thinking maybe I'll make $100, you know, or something. No. And it only got, for 11, 12 weeks, it stayed and got even bigger.
So tell everyone the different shows you did, because they were very unique and original.
So I believe the first one where I kind of left and went out, I went to my friend's backyard in Seven Hills in the Henderson area, and they just have a beautiful backyard with fire features and stuff. So it was a pretty outdoor deal. But then it got to the point where I said, I want to show people more of Vegas right now. So I went on the bridge at Planet Hollywood, the little kind of pedestrian bridge with the glass kind of shields, and I just set up my phone and a little speaker, and for an hour I'm just singing on the empty Las Vegas Strip. No microphone, no anything, just singing. And again, thousands of people watching and tips just coming in all night, and it was great. But I got this thing of where I need to up the ante. I need, you know, I'm so addicted to trying to be creative and think outside the box. The showman, yes. How do I make them go, what? And so I did one where we set up a stage in the back of my friend Bob's pickup truck. And we said, we'll start at the Welcome to Las Vegas sign and go live, and I will just sing all the way down the Strip. So I'm taking them to all of the Strip instead of just one part. So in theory, it all sounded great. Well, the cars started surrounding us, and everybody's got their phones out the window, you know, and they're just trying to get this video. So traffic had kind of made a little circle around us, and it was moving a little slow. So I'm in the middle of a song, and all of a sudden, whoop, 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 and there's 6 cop cars, boy. They're not messing around. And I just keep singing. I'm like, maybe if I sit down, it'll be okay. And then this noise that I didn't even know cop cars make came on. It was like this deep honking, like, and I was like, oh, we're going to jail. I've never heard that before, but they are mad. So right about Planet Hollywood and Bellagio, we pull over the truck, and I kind of like, hi guys, and I tell everybody I'll be right back because I don't know what's about to happen. They did not look happy. So during that few minutes of people not knowing what's going on, I've got some friends that were randomly across the street that start posting videos of all these cop cars. And I start getting messages saying, free Chase Brown, bail money. So I'm getting $100, $200, $50 to get me out of jail. Meanwhile, at that time, I am having a conversation with the officer who said, even though they had already written up the ticket, if I would let him sing with me for 30 seconds, they would throw out the ticket. So I'm like, well, what song are we doing? Thank God this guy, his name is Officer Spoon. He was a country boy. So I gave him my list of songs. He picked out a Toby Keith song. Next thing you know, 100,000 views on Facebook of me and this cop singing Toby Keith. To the point where Toby Keith officially on Twitter retweeted the video of me and the officer. So it worked out better than you ever could have thought it would. But see, in my head, I didn't know how big that was going to be at the time. I was just thinking, well, I'm supposed to sing an hour. So I drove down to the little Elvis wedding chapel where his legs kind of go back and forth. And I made that my background and finished my show for that Sunday. But while I'm doing that at the chapel, it's just going 80,000 views, 90,000 views, and my nephew's freaking out, just telling me this thing's going viral. And then all the news stations called, and it was just a crazy fun week.
Yeah.
We've even got T-shirts of me now with the cop cars behind us and all of Las Vegas landscape. ChaseBrownMusic.com. Pick up one of those shirts.
With that, I think we've overrun our stay for the TV portion of it, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you. Thanks, Chase.
Thank you.
And we will see you next week.